The heaviest burdens we carry are not in our hands, but in our minds. For a young man named Leo, this was a truth he lived every single day. His mind was a crowded room, filled with the ghosts of yesterday's mistakes and the phantoms of tomorrow's anxieties. He was perpetually exhausted, not from a lack of sleep, but from the relentless marathon. His thoughts ran from dawn until dusk. He longed for a moment of silence, a quiet harbor in the storm of his own mind. Hearing whispers of a wise old man named Elias, a retired artisan who lived with a profound sense of tranquility, Leo decided he had nothing left to lose. He embarked on a journey to the old man's cottage, hoping to find a cure for his restless soul. Leo found Elias sitting in his sun-drenched garden, calmly sanding a piece of wood. The old man's movements were deliberate and graceful, his presence radiating a peace that Leo desperately craved. After listening patiently to Leo's tale of mental turmoil, Elias simply smiled. He didn't offer complex philosophies or ancient secrets. Instead, he went inside and returned with a simple ceramic cup, filled to the very brim with water. "I have a task for you," Elias said, his voice as smooth as the wood in his hands. "Take this cup, walk through the village, down to the old stone bridge, and come back to me. But you must not spill a single drop." Leo looked at the cup, its surface trembling with the slightest movement. The task seemed simple, almost childish, but the earnest look in Elias's eyes told him to take it seriously. With the cup held carefully in both hands, Leo began his journey. The moment he stepped onto the cobblestone path, his entire world shrank to the shimmering circle of water. He became acutely aware of every step, every shift in his balance. The usual chatter in his head began to fade, replaced by a singular, intense focus. He navigated the bustling marketplace, but the merchants' calls and the children's laughter were distant, muted sounds on the edge of his awareness. The aroma of freshly baked bread from the bakery, a scent that normally triggered a cascade of memories, went unnoticed. His past regrets and future fears had no space to exist. They were crowded out by the immediate, critical need to keep the water steady. His breath was even, his gaze was fixed, and for the first time in years, his mind was completely, utterly present. When he finally returned to the garden, his hands aching but the cup still full, a wave of relief washed over him. "They had done." Italiano Elias greeted him with the same serene smile. "Well done," the old man said. "Now, tell me, what did you see on your walk? Did you notice the baker's new sign, or the two children who were flying a bright red kite near the bridge?" Leo paused, searching his memory. He had seen nothing. He had heard nothing. He had been so consumed by the task, so focused on the cup, that the entire world around him had dissolved. A look of astonishment spread across his face as the realization dawned on him. I noticed nothing," he stammered. "My mind was only on the water." Elias nodded gently, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "That cup, Leo, is the present moment. When you carried it, you gave it your entire attention. And while you did, where were your worries about the future? Where were your regrets from the past? They vanished, did they not?" he continued. "Peace is not the absence of noise or challenges around you. It is the presence of your mind where your body is. Your mind became calm, not because the world went away, but because you were no longer lost in thoughts of what was or what might be. You were simply..." Here Leo looked down at his own hands, then back at the wise old man. The profound truth of the lesson settled deep within him. He understood that peace was not a distant shore he had to sail to, nor a treasure to be found. It was the very ground beneath his feet, always available, always waiting. It was a choice to hold the cup of the present moment with reverence and focus. From that day on, Leo's life began to change. The mental storms still came, but now he knew he held the anchor. He had learned that the secret to a peaceful mind was not to fight the thoughts, but to fill the mind so completely with the now that there was simply no room left for anything else.